and start up again. So I almost made it through the whole stack of counterfeit cards to show what to look for, give some examples, and my camera just runs for 18 minutes roughly, and then it cuts out. Tarmogoyf. Here's an example of a terrible printing. So it's too faded, it's not sharp enough, the set symbol, the orange is not as rich as it should be. The back is not so bad, but if you still have an authentic card from this era, you can tell. So let's take a look. Here's my authentic hierarch. Here's Tarmogoyf. Excuse me. So one can see the modulation in the real one. There's more of a pattern. The pattern here is faded and washed out. The stone elements of magic are... This one is actually sharper, but that's why it's wrong. So there's my hierarch. I'll set her up here. I'll put the Tarmogoyf back. Imperial Recruiter. Now this looks pretty good. The front of it looks nice. The set symbol looks pretty good. It doesn't feel like an authentic magic card though. And the back, again, is what gives it away. So whenever you're looking at cards and you wonder if they're real or not, flip them over. Flip them over and compare them to an authentic card. Here's some proxies I had commissioned. So this lad up in Canada, he offered to take foils, acetone them, print whatever I sent him over it, and then spray it with fixative. So this is my alternate Snapcaster Mage with Neo, young Pyromancer. I don't like the art on the original Pyromancer, not at all. It just looks like some young punk. So I found this art by Belazar Rocky, this Filipino artist, and I thought, yes, that looks like a young Pyromancer. That's what I want to be playing with. And as you can tell, the printing didn't come out quite that good, but it was fun while I was still playing them. And then we kept running these in the deck and took them out. Scalding Tarn, Windswept Heath, and again this is just me playing with different pictures. In the old frame with the revised Alpha Beta Unlimited sort of dual land effect. So that's my presentation of counterfeit cards. I hope it gave you an idea of what to look for when you're evaluating cards and wondering if they are in fact real or not, because it's really hit and miss. My God, is it hit and miss. I mean, this time spiral, that looks pretty much authentic. The back gives it away. The black lines are too sharp. There's no modulation. The stone effect is the wrong color, wrong shade of blue. But the front looks as close as it possibly can be. And then you have this Time Walk, which is obviously not an authentic card. It just looks horrible. Yet, they still managed to sell them. So, anyway, if you have any questions about this, if there's something that you would like me to explain in more detail, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to either expand with another video, perhaps contrasting more authentic cards to counterfeit cards, or just discussing the philosophy of allowing counterfeit cards in games, proxies in general. Keep in mind there is a difference between counterfeit and proxy. So anything that somebody has authentic, at least one copy, For example, if you have a friend with a guy's cradle, at least one, but they're running counterfeit guy's cradles in their decks, that one real one underpins the rest and makes them proxies. If you have a friend running a Mishra's Workshop, where did it go? There it is. And they don't have an authentic copy, it is counterfeit. It is not a proxy because they do not own the real copy of the card. And this is up to you and your playgroup to decide. Do you allow proxies? I don't see why not. If somebody has at least one copy of the authentic card and they want to run it in multiple decks, but they don't want to be switching the card back and forth between multiple decks, let them knock themselves out. That's fine. If it comes to a format where they would have to have a 4 of, let's say they have one Force of Will, authentic, and the other 3 are proxies, that might be questionable depending on how you want to play. Of course, tournaments do not allow it. But if they do not have the copy and they want to run a card and it's a counterfeit, if they do not own an authentic copy, that's a decision you and your playgroup should make. Again, my playgroup, we decided to be liberal about this because we want people to play the game. Part of the cutoff, another consideration though, is if somebody is running a counterfeit Misty Rainforest, counterfeit Polluted Delta, something that just enhances their mana base, counterfeit Scrubland, nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. Now, if somebody is running something like a counterfeit Mishra's Workshop, counterfeit Liliana the Veil, then it becomes more questionable because of the effect the card is having on the game. Counterfeit Chains of Mephistopheles, for example, would raise a few eyebrows. But again, that's a decision that should be talked about and discussed so there are no hard feelings and no misunderstandings as the game progresses. Anyway, those are my thoughts on it, and I look forward to reading yours. Cheers.